On Saturday, October 11th, I visited my ancient high school friend Ed Goldberg in Boca Raton. I was accompanied by my 12-year-old grandson, Connor. Connor was there to obtain a basketball lesson from the former legend himself. Because I didn't have my boom mic and a lapel mic would not do given all the activity involved, I had to go with my internal speakers. They were inadequate, so I had to resort to voiceover whenever necessary. Before the instruction phase began, Ed was kind enough to share some photos from his album, and I thought you would be interested in seeing some of the highlights. Here's a picture of Ed winking and smiling for the camera. Ed proves he still has it. In this picture, Ed coaches an advanced student in the art of dribbling and passing. Ed, a strong believer in proper dress code, models correct uniform etiquette for a friend. Ed was anxious to include his high school team picture, shown here. Ed poses for a picture with the basketball hoop he used when first learning to play the game. Ed, wearing his snake ensemble, demonstrates the importance of keeping an eye on the ball. I would be remiss, however, if I didn't thank you, Ed, for doing such a great job coaching my grandson, while congratulating you for having a good taste and good fortune to win a sweet lady like Bonnie. Thanks also for being such a good friend. Well, let's get on with it, shall we? When we got to the courts early Saturday morning, Ed wasted no time getting started, and before I could get to my camera, he was already teaching Connor the proper way to deliver the bounce pass. In the first instance, he said the ball should bounce 3/4 of the way from the target as opposed to halfway. That way, it will arrive faster and the bounce will come up to the target's stomach, the right position for an offensive player to start to make a move or deliver a pass. A halfway bounce will not only take longer to get to the player, but will normally bounce chest or shoulder high, requiring a move downward to get the ball into the action position. Furthermore, the halfway bounce, because it takes longer, gives the defensive player a better opportunity to steal or cut off the pass. It was also pointed out that a pass longer than 3/4 will cause the ball to bounce too low, usually rising anywhere from the ankles to the knees, making it more difficult to handle. Even of course, the ball is not in the best action position. So I will use a YouTube video to describe the points he was making. Here's a demonstration.
All right, today we'll talk about how to make a bounce pass, okay? So my buddy Sammy and I will demonstrate the principles as far as making a bounce pass. A lot of times bounce passes are used to be able to get the ball to your teammate without it getting deflected in the air. Most of the time, defenders play passes in the air, which make it easier to make bounce passes sometimes. Sam, you feel like you can give me a good bounce pass? If so, give me 5. Oh boy, my man. All right, so this is what we'll do. Sammy and I will be on the opposite sides of the lane, okay? So what we'll do is, the first step is we want to make sure that we always step into our pass with our leg, because that's where we get our power from. The second thing is, as far as making a bounce pass, you always want the ball to bounce about 3/4 of the way between the passer and the person receiving the pass. So what we want to do is, as I'm here on this side of the lane, I step into it, I bounce it, and then I follow through. We always want a bounce pass to be in one bounce. We don't want it to take multiple bounces. So now Sammy will bounce pass back to me. You notice he steps in and feeds me perfectly. Whenever we make a pass, we always want to try to make it where the recipient can receive it right in their stomach. We want to try not to make passes to the left or to the right, but accuracy is also important. So again, I want to step forward. I'm a right-handed player. Step forward with my right leg, bounce it, follow through, and it hits him perfectly. And then Sammy will come right back to me, bounce pass. So now we want to keep balance, bounce, pass, bounce, pass.
Okay, so here's the thing. What I'm going to try to do, hopefully we can do, is I would like to show Connor a move, three-phased move. And I'm going to start with the first phase, take it to the second phase, and then show them the third phase. It's the third phase, which is critical, but they're integrated. And you're going to see, if you video this, the way my feet move, even though I can't move them anymore, and the way his feet move. And then he'll be able to see what he has to practice doing.